Welcome to this tutorial on Hawks Hunt feedback rules. In this video, we'll cover what feedback rules are, why they matter, and the benefits they bring to your organization. We'll walk through a step-by-step guide on how to set them up within the Hawks Hunt platform, including best practices, common pitfalls, and tips for testing and optimization. Let's dive in. Feedback rules help security teams identify legitimate email campaigns by analyzing email header information. Why does this matter? Because phishing attacks are getting more sophisticated and harder to detect. Let's begin with the basics. When an employee reports a suspicious email, the system instantly checks it against configured feedback rules. If there's a match, the employee is immediately informed that the email is safe. Security teams can add a custom message that explains why the email is legitimate, building trust and reinforcing learning. What are the key benefits of feedback rules? They reduce false positives, and as a result, fewer safe emails get flagged. They boost employee confidence by clarifying which emails are okay to act on. They save time for security teams by minimizing noise. They provide actionable feedback to help employees learn. And they create a scalable feedback loop that improves over time. Next, let's walk through setting up a feedback rule within the Hawks Hunt platform. First things first, there are some prerequisites to feedback rules. You'll need the right permissions, typically as a SOC analyst or administrator. You should also be familiar with email headers and how to identify legitimate email campaigns. Now, let's look at the step-by-step setup. To find feedback rules, navigate to the admin portal and from there to response. You will find feedback rules in the navigation menu to the left. Now, you can create a new rule. You can also create feedback rules directly from incident views after the message has been marked safe. Start by giving your feedback rule a short and descriptive name. Next, choose conditions for your rule. Set up filters such as SPF pass, DKIM, and DMARC to reduce the risk of spoofing, for example. Now it's time to set up header fields and operators for your rule. You can choose from suggestions in the drop-down menus, or use regular expression for more complex patterns. After you're finished, it's time to create the message your user sees when they report the safe message. Keep it simple and easy to understand. Finally, set an expiration date. This is crucial, since a rule without an expiration date will run indefinitely. Then, just save your rule and toggle it on. We highly recommend testing your rule to check that it works. Send yourself a message that fits your rule and see that it triggers. Before you start setting up your first feedback rule, there are some best practices you should consider for best results. First off, communicate about feedback rules to your employees, explaining what they are, how they work, and why your organization is using them. Next, be specific when designing your rules. Avoid broad rules that could whitelist phishing emails. To reduce the risk of spoofing, require DMARC, SPF, and DKIM. Remember to review your rules regularly and deactivate any outdated ones. Measure impact by monitoring use and trigger rates. And one final tip, use the AND operator with care, since just one unmet condition can stop the rule from running. And finally, if you are having trouble setting up your feedback rule, here are some troubleshooting tips. If your rule isn't triggering, double-check the headers and make sure they match exactly. Watch out for case sensitivity and white space. If the feedback message is incorrect, verify the message text in the rule configuration. If you have any further questions about feedback rules and setting them up, have a look at our knowledge base or reach out to your customer success manager for help. Thank you for watching and happy hunting.